For decades, Mount Rushmore stood as a silent tribute to American greatness. Its four towering faces, carved into granite like immortal guardians of democracy. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln, all etched into the Black Hills of South Dakota, watching over a nation built on ideals of liberty and progress. Tourists flocked by the millions, snapping photos and staring in awe. But what none of them knew, what even most government officials didn't know, was that behind those stone faces lies a secret so unbelievable, so carefully hidden, that when it was finally discovered, it sent shockwaves through the highest levels of Washington, the Pentagon, and even the Vatican. And it all began with a misfired drone. In early 2023, a small geological survey drone operated by a private university veered off course during a mapping expedition. While flying dangerously close to the monument's eastern flank, it crashed into a patch of rock previously believed to be solid granite. But to everyone's astonishment, the drone didn't shatter. It slipped inside. Researchers reviewing the footage froze the frame, replayed it over and over. The drone hadn't hit rock. It had entered a hidden fissure. Within weeks, a joint team of historians, geologists, and military personnel were quietly flown in under the cover of a routine maintenance inspection. What they found inside would unravel decades of national myths and raise questions no one was prepared to answer. Behind Lincoln's head, concealed by a false wall of rock and decades of strategic misinformation, was a sealed chamber, roughly the size of a basketball court. But it wasn't empty. No, far from it. The chamber, to their astonishment, was lined with ancient-looking machinery. Not Native American, not colonial, not even 20th century. It resembled no known technology. The walls were covered in metallic panels etched with symbols no one recognized, an alphabet not found in any database, dead language or hieroglyphic system. A platform stood in the center of the room, glowing faintly blue, humming with an energy source that registered no radiation, no magnetism, and no heat. The room had been there for far longer than the monument itself, possibly thousands of years. But how? That's when things got weirder. Behind one of the panels, the team uncovered what appeared to be a sealed vault containing ancient documents. Paper-thin sheets made of a material that wasn't quite metal, wasn't quite plastic, and couldn't be torn or burned. After weeks of analysis, cryptographers determined the texts weren't fictional, symbolic, or ceremonial. They were blueprints. But not blueprints for buildings or weapons. These were instructions, timelines. The sheets detailed major American events down to dates, locations, and outcomes. The Civil War, JFK's assassination, the 9/11 attacks, even the 2020 pandemic, all of them predicted, in writing, with frightening precision. By now, the White House had been briefed. The discovery was officially classified under a new codename, Project Keystone. Only a dozen people were granted Level 9 clearance to access the full finding. Meanwhile, the public was fed a story about routine restoration work and safety upgrades to the monument. But inside that chamber, the questions were multiplying. Who built this? Why was it hidden beneath a symbol of American history? And most disturbingly, how did it know the future? Then came the discovery that changed everything, a sealed compartment beneath the glowing platform. After delicate excavation, the team found what appeared to be a preserved body, humanoid but not entirely human. Standing roughly 7 feet tall, the figure was clothed in what looked like armor fused to its skin, with 6 fingers on each hand and elongated eye sockets. Initial tests dated the body at approximately 13,000 years old, predating the pyramids, Stonehenge, and every known civilization. It wasn't just an archaeological find, it was a direct challenge to everything we thought we knew about human history. But here's the part that left everyone speechless. Embedded in the chest of the being was a small crystal-like object, pulsing faintly. Once removed, it projected a holographic recording, a 3-dimensional simulation of Earth, with glowing dots marking locations all over the planet. Mount Rushmore was one, Others were in remote jungles, the ocean floor, and beneath Arctic ice. The beings spoke, though not in any recognizable language. But after running the sound through a decryption algorithm, the message became clear. The monuments are keys. When the final one awakens, the cycle begins anew. What cycle? A doomsday countdown? A global awakening? A contact event? No one could say for sure. But what terrified officials the most was what followed. The projection showed a date, July 4th, 2026. Since then, military bases near Mount Rushmore have quietly expanded. Satellite imaging of the site is routinely altered before reaching public databases. Tourists are being limited under the pretext of preservation, but whispers have started to leak. Researchers who quit suddenly, government contractors who claim to have seen floating lights near the site at night, and even a classified report suggesting the monument has been shifting ever so slightly, as if reacting to something. A retired general, under anonymity, stated that Mount Rushmore isn't just a tribute, it's a lock, and someone or something is trying to open it. And the final twist? A declassified transcript of a private meeting between intelligence officials revealed a chilling theory that Mount Rushmore was built over the chamber not to honor presidents, but to seal something in. Something not meant to be found, something ancient, intelligent, and possibly waiting. Waiting for what, though? Activation? Resurrection? Or maybe judgment? Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain. What historians found behind Mount Rushmore has redefined the boundaries of archaeology, history, and even faith. This wasn't just an American secret, it was a global one, hidden in plain sight, a message from the past or a warning for the future. And with the year 2026 fast approaching, some believe the countdown has already begun. Still think Mount Rushmore is just a monument? If this story left you questioning everything, you're not alone. There's so much more they're not telling us, hidden sites, encoded prophecies, and chilling links between ancient technology and modern power. So, if you want to go even deeper into the secrets the world is desperate to keep buried, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and turn on notifications.